theorem. This is name theorem. Gram-Schmidt process. Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. So, statement of the theorem: every finite dimensional inner product space has an orthogonal basis. So in this theorem we have to prove that if we have any finite dimensional inner product space, so here we are talking about finite dimensional inner product space, so it has obviously orthogonal basis. So proof: proof of the theorem. To prove this, let u1, u2 up to un be a basis of the inner product space. So here we are considering u1, u2, un be the basis of inner product space. Now we will construct the orthogonal set B as v1, v2 and vn of vectors in V, which is basis of basis for V. So here we are taking u1, u2, un be the basis of inner product space. Using this we are considering orthogonal set v1, v2, vn, which will be the basis of V. This is we have to prove. Now to construct this, suppose for the first element we are assuming that v1 and u1 are equal. So if u1 and v1 are equal, now to construct v2, we will subtract from u2 its vector projection along Vi. Now v2 is what? V2, to constructing v2 we are subtracting vector projection of v1. So u2 dot v1 upon norm of v1 square into v1. So we are constructing v2 as such as we are subtracting vector projection of v1 into u2. So if again here we are constructing v2, so first of all we have to check whether v2 is orthogonal with v1 or not. So we will see v2 dot v1 as, so v2 is u2 minus u2 dot v1 into v1, this is v1, norm of v1 square dot product with v1. On this, calculating this, we will get u2 dot v1 minus u2 dot v1 dot v1 upon norm of v1 square. So on solving this, we will get u2 dot v1 minus v1, again u2 dot v1, and norm v1 dot v1 is nothing but this is the norm of v1 square and divided by norm of v1 square. These two are numbers, same numbers, so they will get cancelled. So u2 dot v1 minus u2 dot v1 is equal to 0. So we are getting v2 dot v1 as 0. This implies I can say that we have set V containing element v1 and v2 which is orthogonal set. So we have construct a set which contain two elements. We have to select set containing n elements. So now we will construct V3. Now to construct V3, subtract for U3 its vector projection. Along v1 and v2. So we will select v3 as u3 minus u3 dot v2 dot v2 upon norm of v2 minus u3 dot v1 dot v1 upon norm of v1 square. Again we have to check whether v3 inner product of v3 and v2 and inner product of v3 and v1 is orthogonal or not. So we will check only one, v3 dot v1. So for this v3 is this, so here I am directly taking its inner product. So v3 dot u3 dot v1 minus u3 dot v2 dot v2 dot v1 upon norm of v2 square minus u3 dot v1 into v1 dot v1 upon norm of v1 square. So this is we are getting as v3 dot v1 as u3 dot v1 minus u3 dot v2 dot v2 dot v1 upon v2 norm of v2 square minus u3 dot v1, and v1 dot v1 is nothing but norm of v1 square upon norm of v1 square. So this is equal to u3 dot v1 minus u3 dot v2 dot v2 dot v1 upon norm of v2 square minus u3 dot v1. So this we are getting as cat cancel. So we will get this as, here these two are same, so they get cancelled. But we have studied earlier that v2 and v1 are also orthogonal. So dot product of v1 and v2 is also 0. So this and this get cancelled, and v1 dot v2 is already 0. So we are getting v3 dot v1 is equal to 0. Similarly, if I will try v3 dot v2, then also I will get answer as 0. So hence here I can conclude that the set containing v1, v2 and v3 is an orthogonal set. So here I have construct set containing 3 elements which are orthogonal. Now I have to construct set containing n elements. So we have so far used only 3 of the vector of the given basis. So proceeding this and using all the vectors u1, u2 up to un, we can construct the orthogonal set v1, v2 up to vn, where construction is this like this: vi is equal to ui minus summation j is equal to 1 to n minus 1 ui vj upon norm of vj square into vj, where I and j are, or we can say j is from 1 to n and I is also from 1 to n. So we are constructing this kind of set. Now none of the vectors of B. So B's vectors are v1, v2 and vn. So here we can write none of vectors of B is 0, because we are constructing v1, v2, v3 in such a way that we are not getting any of the vector 0. Why we are saying that? Because if any of the vi is 0, then uk would be linear combination of v1, v2 and vk minus 1, and therefore u1, u2 up to uk minus 1, these are the elements of B is Li. And if this is true, then this is the basis for the n-dimensional vector space. Hence, in this theorem we have construct a set containing n elements u1, u2, un, which are the basis of inner product space, and using those bases we have construct new set B containing n elements v1, v2, vn, and we are constructing this element in such a way that these elements are orthogonal and they are forming orthogonal bases. So this is the theorem, Gram-Schmidt process. Next we have a definition. So definition, this is the definition of orthonormal elements. So what is orthonormal? So when orthogonal set a non-zero vector u1, u2 up to un is said to be orthonormal if ui is equal to 1 for I is equal to 1 to n. Or simply we can say that any set is said to be orthonormal if u dot u is equal to 1 and if u dot v is equal to 0. That is, if elements are differ, then we will get product of, or we can say inner product of these two elements as 0, and if elements are same, then we will get their inner product as 1. So you can see this by example. See, we have suppose u as 1, 2, 3 and v as -2, 1 and 0. So u dot v is what? 1 into 2 minus 2 plus 2 plus 0 is equal to 0. So we can say that un dot v is orthogonal. Now when I can say that u is orthonormal, any set is orthonormal or any element is orthonormal if I will get this as the ui dot u is equal to 1. So if u is equal to 1, 0, 0, then only I will get norm of u is equal to 1. Or I can make this as orthonormal set if I will take u upon norm of u. That is, every element as you see, norm of u is, for this is what? Norm of u is equal to under root 14. So 1 upon under root 14, 2 upon under root 14 and 3 upon under root 14. Now if I will take, I will give it this as new name. So suppose this is W and I want to take the product of or inner product of W. So I will get answer as 1 upon 14 plus 2 upon 14, sorry 4 upon 14 plus 9 upon 14. This is what? 14 upon 14. This is equal to 1. So I can say that I can form every element as a orthonormal. Now we have a note. Every finite dimensional inner product space has an orthonormal basis. So we have two theorem. One is that we can form an orthogonal. We have for every finite dimensional inner product space we have orthogonal basis, and here we are saying that for every finite dimensional inner product space we have orthonormal basis. So in orthogonalization process, if it is asked to prove this theorem, then what we will do, we will form a set of vectors B as V1 upon norm of V1, V2 upon norm of V2, so on Vn upon norm of Vn. Then we will write these are the vectors, or this is the orthonormal basis for vector space. So if it is asked in the examination to prove this theorem statement, then you have to just remember that instead of writing V1, V2, Vn, we will write this, we will write by V1 upon norm of V1, V2 upon norm of V2 and Vn upon norm of Vn. So we will add this one more line in our theorem, that set containing element like V1 upon norm of V1, V2 upon norm of V2 and so on up to Vn upon norm of Vn is a set of orthonormal basis, because we have already proved that V1 dot V2 is 0, V2 dot V3 is 0, and if we are writing this in this way, then obviously we will get V1 dot V1 as